Hello YouTube, this is Rohan. So today's video is basically on Argo Rollouts. Argo Rollouts is a project which comes under Argo and which also have project like argocd for continuous deployment. So in the same channel, I have earlier created a video on blueprint deployment using Argo Rollouts with UI dashboard. So in this video, I will be creating a video for Argo Rollouts using Canary deployment strategy. So first we will go through what is Argo Rollouts, which is already mentioned in their documentation website. So Argo Rollouts is a Kubernetes controller and it has set of CRDs which provide advanced deployment capabilities such as Blueprint, Canary analysis, and many more. And in the same page, we can also check the features and the controller feature as well, like how many strategies and things it supports. Okay, so let's have some insights on what is Canary deployment, and then we can start with the demonstration. Okay, so for this Canary deployment, let us consider this image. Okay, okay. So suppose we have an application, and the version of application is version 1.1. And the application is running fine, the pods in our cluster is working fine, and after some time the developer has created another version of the application which is version 1.2, and they want to test uh, the version 1.2 within stakeholders, within senior management and other important persons, and they are confused that if the application is having any issue or not, so that they can move or deploy the application directly to the production. So for that, we can use Canary deployment strategy. So in the image, you can already see that the previous application version is using black color of pods here. So you can consider these uh, images as pods because we are taking the example of Kubernetes cluster. So we can take these as pods, and here in the after releasing 1.2 version, you can see only three pods are of yellow color here, and remaining are of black color, which signifies that these pods are of older version, and these new pods are of new version. After verification and validation from the respective and corresponding members of team and the company, they can directly promote all the pods to the new version of the application. So Canary deployment is simple. So in short, after releasing uh, the pod of version 1.2, they have some pods running the previous version in the same environment where we can also see older version of application. And after verification and validation from QAs, from devs, and from stakeholders and various other entities, if the feedback is positive with the new version of application, they can directly release the new version for the users. So this is Canary deployment. I hope I have made it simple. Okay, so let's go with the demonstration. So again, for the demonstration, I'm taking help of Kilagoda here, and I'm using Kubernetes 1.29 version of the playground they have provided. Okay, so let's check if everything is working fine. Yeah, QCTL is working and our Kubernetes cluster is there. These are the namespace, and let's create uh, namespace for Argo rollouts and install the binaries and custom resource definitions and operators for the same. So I will provide the same repository link in the description so that you can also play around Argo Rollout Canary. And yeah, okay, let's go back to the playground. Paste this. This will install custom resource definition, resources, service account, and various other things. So here you can see in the Argo Rollout namespace pod is container creating, service is done, deployment is also in the state of ready. Let's check it again. Yeah, everything is up and running. Okay, copy this these set of commands as well. These commands are for installing the binary of Argo Rollout, which also helps us to launch UI dashboard for the same. Paste this, it will install. Okay, let's check. Okay, so here you can see this is the build date of the binary and other things of architecture it is using and the commit ID. Fine, let's launch the Kubernetes. Okay, sorry, Argo Rollout dashboard here. So it is using port 3100. Let's open this port. Uh, you can also access blueprint deployment strategy video in the channel because I think I have created it 2 or 3 days back. So you can also check that. Okay, so you can see your dashboard is up. We can see the logo of Argo rollout, and this is the version we are using. And the page is still loading because we have not created any application yet. So let's create one. So there is put forward for this service. So I will be using another tab. Okay. So for rollout, I will be using this YAML file. So let's take a look on this. So this is the YAML manifest for Canary deployment. So here we are using API version of this, and kind is rollout here. This is the name. Replicas I will be creating 5, and this is revision history limit. So revision history limit is that it will be showing two histories of rollout which we will perform, and although we can promote or downgrade or roll back the application many times, but on the UI dashboard we can see that the UI will retain only two history limits. So this is what it is meant here. This is the match selectors. We are using this label here, same label for the container. I'm using image which is already created by Argo Argo projects. So this is a demo Docker image which they have already mentioned in their official GitHub page and repository. So you can also check and you can also use the same image. Full policy is always here, and the application is using 8080 port here. So this section is important because this section defines how the strategy which we will be following for Canary. So here you can see set weight is 20. You can also use percentage or number here. Okay. So here you can also check the commands which I have created here. The following step will pause the rollout indefinitely until manually. So in here you can see that if I have created the set weight as 20 and in the pause section you can see I have not given any duration. So in this section, in this step, we are using set weight as 20 and we have not given any time duration. So it will be paused for an indefinite time. We will see the same in demo also. Maybe you will find some difficulty of understanding this here. Okay. So suppose we have five pods, and after applying set weight 20, so out of five pods, will be in one pod will be terminated, and it will be using the newer version of the application. So in the case of the image we have seen, so suppose if we have five pods of version 1.1, and after releasing the newer version, which is 1.2, so in the same example, what we can determine is that four pods will be of the black color here, and one pod will be of the newer version, which is orange or yellow here. So this is what set weight determines here. Okay, okay. And in the pause section, we have not given any time duration, which you can see that we have given the same in the further steps. So here we can make indefinite pause for the first set of action. After this, we have given 40, so which means 20. So one by one, we are moving or terminating the older version of pods, and it will create newer version of pods after these many seconds, which we have given here. I hope I have made it clear, but I can still consider that it is difficult to understand at by just seeing the manifest file, because I also face the same difficulty. So let's directly jump to the demonstration, and we can also analyze the same using the UI dashboard. Okay, so let's copy this manifest file and create a new YAML file. Let's name it Canary rollout.yaml. I think I have to copy it again. Control C, Control V, file. Okay, now just for accessing the application in browser, I have also created a service. So let's name it as service.yaml. Pages, save this. Okay. So here you can see both of the YAML is created. Let's apply them. Number one minus F service. So here you can see both of the YAMLs are created, and let's see the action. So here you can see application is running fine, and let's check the service. The service is also running, and this is the port to access the application. So here you can see the color of tiles are in blue color, and every where you can see the color is in blue, because the Docker image we have used for the application, it is mentioned as blue here, and we have various other colors as a tag so that we can differentiate the color of tiles. So here you can see the dashboard as well. Yeah, let's refresh the dashboard as well. So here you can see uh, a record has been created for Canary here. So this is the UI dashboard for our rollout Canary manifest file. The strategy is using Canary here. Step is 8 by 8. Set weight is 100. 100 means all the pods. So all the pods means the replicas of the deployment which we have defined in our YAML, and actual weight is 100. So both of these mean that everything is in 100%, means the version of blue. So we have just created the blue version of the application, and all of them are running fine. Okay, so let's go and update our image. So for that also, I added the command in our uh, README file in the GitHub repository. Copy this command. Let's go to the Kinacoda terminal, paste this. So here you can see I have set a new image for my rollout canary as green here. So now directly go to application. So here you can see we can see some of the tiles as of green color and remaining are of blue color. Directly go to the UI dashboard here. So here you can see that this is here we can see that the pause workflow is highlighted with red color here because this is what strategy we have defined in our Kubernetes, in our manifest. So let's go again to the YAML manifest here. Let's see. So here you can see that in the steps we have defined set weight as 20 here, and this is for the pause. So this is the pause which you can see on the UI dashboard as well. So this is the step which is 1.8. So we have gone to we have taken the first step, and here you can see that one of the pod in the Kubernetes cluster is using green tag, and remaining four are using the older version of application, which is blue version. So here also we can check the pods. So you can see the pod which is ending with 5J6KG is using green version, and it is also displaying in our terminal, and age of this pod is of 91 second here. So this is how we can perform Canary deployment. So let's upgrade or promote more pods so that we can directly move further for using the latest version of the image or the application which is deployed here. For that, promoting. So for promoting our application, we have two ways. We can also directly promote the application using the option which is already there in our UI dashboard, which I have already covered in my previous video of blue-green deployment. So let's go with another option, which is using Argo Rollouts CLI. So for that also I have mentioned the CLI commands in my README file. We can take that from that as well. So let's first check this, then run this command. So here also you can see the same action which was provided in the UI dashboard, that one of the pod is using the latest version of our application, and the remaining four pods are using or running the older version. So now promote our application so that it can go to the next version or the next step. So we have promoted our application. Now we can go to the UI dashboard. So now you can see that now the set rate is of 40%, which means out of 5 pods, 2 pods will be running new pods and 3 will be running the older version of our application. So here you can see that one pod is in terminating status, which is running the older version of our application. So everything is in sync, the UI dashboard as well as the Kubernetes cluster. Let's refresh this again. So now, if we don't do anything, all our pods which are using older version of application will directly being promoted to revision 2, or the they will use the latest version of our application. because in the manifest file we have given that after every after every duration which we have mentioned in our manifest file, they will automatically move to the next step and will use the latest version of our application. So we just have to monitor the UI dashboard, and here you can see that automatically all the pods are now using the new version of our application. So this is how we can perform uh, the Canary deployment for our project. And yeah, this deployment strategy is awesome. So now we can also check the same in our application that all the time now should be of green color. So here you can see all times are of green color, which means that we have successfully deployed the application with the new version, and we can also validate that new version is working fine. So this is how we can perform Canary deployment using Argo Rollout. So yeah, we can also perform rollback here if we are not if we found some issues later, even after going through various stages of QA and UAT testing. So we can also check this feature of rollback here. Let's use this here. So the prompt is asking, are you sure to roll back? Yeah, we are sure. So here also, one by one, the application will directly uh, be using the blue version. So this will also follow the same step of the strategy we have defined in our manifest file. So one of the pod of our application is using older version, and remaining four are using the green version of our application. And it is of indefinite pause here. So it will not automatically downgrade or use the previous version of our application. If we promote the application, then it will automatically consider these steps, and it will move all the pods to the previous version of our application. So let's promote this, and now step by step it will it will move all the it will terminate all the pods which is using green version of our application, and now it will make every pod of blue version here. So we can check this. So we can also check the same here as well using this command. Okay, go to the README, get rollouts, and we can make this as watch here. So this is dynamically checking and changing the version of our applications. So in the application also you can see that now we can see blue tile as well because we are downgrading the version of our application. And in the UI you can check that now the three pods are running blue version and are running green version. So after this, it will all the pods will be using blue version, and we can validate that we have successfully deployed or rolled back the application to the previous version. So here you can see now all the pods are using blue version, and in the terminal also we can check that revision 3 has been created, and all the five pods are now using blue version, and they are in ready state. Let's go to the application. So here you can see we have successfully rolled back the application. So in this video, we have successfully covered Canary deployment strategy. So again, in short, I will explain that what was the function of Canary deployment strategy. So in Canary deployment strategy, uh, we run a sample version, or suppose we have version one of our application, which is running fine, but after some time, developers created a new release for the same application, which is version 1.2. So for stakeholders, for QAs, for devs, and for other senior management, just to take feedback so that we can check if there is any issue with the application which is having the new release or the new version. We can check this. We can consider this deployment strategy, and we can get the feedback. And after improving the feedback, we can release the application for the users. And in the Canary, some of the pods or some percentage of the pods will execute or will use uh, the new version of the application, which is visible for some corresponding persons in the team, which I mentioned earlier, and remaining of the pods will use the previous version of our application uh, so that there is no mess up or scaling up or scaling down issue with the application, so that the user can simultaneously use the existing version of our application as well. And after successfully taking the validations, DevOps engineer can directly make changes into the weights and the duration of the process, so that automatically all the pods in the Kubernetes cluster can use uh, the new version of an application, and scaling up and scaling down will have no effect for the users in the real life cases. I hope I was clear, and I hope I was able to uh, make Canary deployment strategy as simple as uh, easy. Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me here.